new chair. Okay, we are good. There we go. Okay, perfect. Coffee. Ah, much better. Here we are. 2 minutes, under 2 minutes. That's a new record. Pre-did the wet palette. Oh, yay! We get to sit here and oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. I need more desk space. I need somewhere for a coffee. There's water just right by the plugs there. That's never a good sign. Luckily it didn't go in. Brr, that would have been a bit awkward. Right. Put my coffee down there. Pop you in there. Ooh! So we're paint, and then if someone pops on, we get to chit chat. If not, we get to concentrate on the painting. Let's blue tack over the people watching, the likes and the donations and stuff. We don't need that. It affects me mood too much. So just get away with that, and we can focus on the painting and the convo. So this fell off my Terminator, right? Can you see in there that there's a couple of bits of sprue stuck in that little hole? And I've noticed this about the Terminators. If you stick it to a flat edge, it's just that outer edge that sticks, so they fall off really easily. And that's what the person who previously glued this did. So I've just put some sprue in there just for a bit of material to adhere to the bit where it popped off. You can see here, I don't know what glue they used, but it definitely didn't create a bond because it just fell off super clean. And also, this guy just outright jumped off his base. So I've re-glued that with my plastic glue. And hopefully he should hold a lot better. It's rare that my plastic glue... Where is this water coming from? Did I just dribble randomly? It's a terrible place to keep my plug sockets if water's dripping down there. It will drip straight into the electrics. Hey-ho, we'll soon find out. If I suddenly go... Then we know that the electrics and the water mixed. But in the meantime, we can just... don't worry about that. Right, so I haven't got a clear plan with today's painting, as per usual, but that is the beautiful thing about it, because we're here, we're sitting here, it's going to be lovely. I'm so pleased that we just get to hang out here for a moment. Let's get rid of that. So I could start, I'm going to start with some edge highlighting. I think that I've gotten carried away with not starting with edge highlighting, and that we should do that. I feel like that's the way to go. That you should immediately edge highlight to get it out of your system, you know, because I don't know about you guys, but I find it a little bit intimidating at times when it comes to edge highlighting. Sometimes it can be a bit... Actually, let's not do that one. Let's do this one. Good Will Hunting. That's a good background film. Sorted. Right. Give me a detail brush. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the edge highlights on this guy. He just needs some Cenobite green. No, it's not Cenobite green. I think it's something else. Ooh. Is it? Why do I feel like it's not? Let's have a look. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is Cenobite green. Okay, thank God for that. I thought for a second there was a colour that I hadn't even known about. So we're going to take Cenobite green and we're going to mix it up with some more colour enhancer, otherwise known as contrast. We're going for striking strawberry green, my new favourite contrast. I haven't tried it on its own. It's always been added to other paints, but, well, let's just see how it goes. Some Cenobite, and then the green. Oh, man, I love sitting in my little cupboard. It's just, it's a nice little safe space. Every guy needs a little safe space. Just a space where you know that you're not going to get hurt, nothing's going to come at you, just a space where you have control over it, and it's just your little kingdom, you know? Every guy needs that. Just a little lovely place, you know. And for those of you that don't have it, my heart goes out to you guys. Like, you need one, even if it's just a cupboard, like I've got. Like, even if it's just a shelf. All I'm doing is sitting in a wardrobe, you know. So if you got that, good for you guys. Things are going good. If not, we should create a charity, man caves, to help. This is very green. That's not going to work at all. It's too green. That is not the same. What is it I've used for highlights here? Sonobite and Striking Scorpion doesn't work, but it does look like it's Sonobite. Let's try just Sonobite. Sonobite. It looks like it might just be that. But what we could do is we could add a little white, maybe. Let's try just Cenobite. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's alright, but it's not as bright as I'd like. I'm going to add a little bit of Troll's Teeth, my new favourite. I don't know what the new name for this colour is, but Troll Teeth was the original Game Master name, but now it's Army Painter, isn't it? So I don't know what that is. In you go. A little bit of white. Thank you. That's an awfully lot of white. We can repurpose it though, it's fine. Okay. That's looking a lot brighter. Let's go with that. Put the Ravager. Looking good. Just a face on this guy. So we've got a load of Cinnabite green on the palette. So I say we just see if we can't sort out one of these orcs. Hey, Jeff Dab. Hey, bud. Jeff Dabs.
Oh, Jeff Dabs.
How's it going, man? What's going on with you, buddy? Yeah, 16 minutes in. Yeah, it's pretty early. You're the first one in, so I'd say that's pretty early. All we've done is we did some edge highlighting on this guy. Got this guy edge highlighted. He looks lovely. I need to do the face, but and we're just using up the Cinnabite green that I got. Just on these guys, just fleshing them out. Thanks, man. This one is Cenobite green, my super duper favourite Cenobite green, and I've got a little bit of Cenobite green to go on that's mixed with Troll's Teeth, which is a lot lighter. But yeah, Cenobite green, it's really nice. But I don't think it's my edge highlight for my NIDs. So you can see I've got Cenobite green as the final highlight, but I think that it looks a little brighter on here, maybe, or I might have gone brighter still. I'm not sure. I'm going to do some white highlights anyway on that NID, I think. But let's just get this guy greened, and then... Oh, this is snapped. Look, it's broken. I'm going to take that off. Yeah. Yeah, just snap that off. I don't like the loose bits. He can just be no scarf. Yeah, I cut off halos. I'll be honest, those halo things, I don't even use them. Don't even use them. Anything that's too wibbly wobbly, I just take them off. I'm not keen on wibbly wobbly bits. Okay, that's those greens done. Let's put... Yeah, I can do that. Here you go. There you go. Cenobite. It's really nice green. Let me know when you've took it. Hopefully you got it. If not, I'll put it on a shelf so you can see it the whole time. So this is mostly Troll's Teeth with a little bit of Cenobite in. You could totally be used for salamanders. Yeah, you could totally use it for salamanders. typically what I'm told is Warboss green and then highlight with Moot green is the way to go. And with my salamanders, this one is just Warboss green so far. It's just Warboss green, but it was dry brushed underneath. But that's Warboss green mixed with Striking Scorpion contrast. But that's it so far. But the dark recesses, you can see that waist plate there. That was what it originally looked like. It was very dark with some dry brushing on, but even the dry brush looks like Warboss as well. But we can highlight that up. Again, this model's wet. Where's this water come from? Where is that water? Eh. Exactly that, yeah. Because I was in Games Workshop on the weekend talking about salamander colours, and he said largely people do greens that they want, so there doesn't seem to be a set pattern really. And he only told me about Warboss and Moot because he said that's typically what people tend to lean towards. Yeah, there we go. That's come up a little bit better. A little bit of white for the teeth, I think it could use. Yeah, it looks good. I like it a lot more. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Okay, mix it. I tell you what, guys. Jeez Louise, this troll's teeth is bloody handy. It's my favourite pale colour. And it's really good. It's really useful for lightening up colours. And it's way better than White Scar. Whole different league to White Scar. And it even beats Korax White, because Korax White's quite grey. It's a really good mixer slash pigmentizer. Right. Maybe we could highlight this salamander, or well, hang on. I'll sip some coffee first. What do you fancy? Jab dabs. Should we do something? Some more edge highlighting? Work on an orc maybe, or salamander? It is very grey. Yeah. I wish, because Korax performs okay-ish at not going to crap quickly. I wish it was as White Scar, but went to. I wish White Scar went to crap. Well, I wish it didn't go to crap, but I wish it went to crap like Korax White, which was less speedy crap, if that makes sense. Right, let's crack out a little bit of Warboss. A little bit of Warboss, a little bit of Moot, and we'll see how it looks. Because I haven't done one yet, fully yet. Fully yet. A little bit of Moot. There you go. And we're going to add some Striking Scorpion. Because it's not about water. That's the revelation. you add, if you want to water down your paints, you add contrast. That is my new super duper secret edge. White Scar in a can, right, though, for priming. I'm guessing that's a very different entity. All right, that's Striking Scorpion with a little bit of War Boss. Okay, so let's grab out the one that's majority done. So it's this plate, armor plate that fell off I need to do. So just... Striking Scorpions. I need to get some Elder. They're just so... I need some Vespids and I need some Elder because they're so vibrant color-wise. I'm sure I'd love painting them. There we go. That's that green done. And there's a little bit... I did a little bit of cleaning up, so you can see there's a little bit of damage here. It's a little bit thick still. Should have had more ink in that. But that's all right. It will dry okay. Okay, so those two bits are done. One of the... I don't know what they glued these with, but I was just... When I was shaving off that bit, this head just outright fell out. Like it wasn't glued at all. But that one's ready for highlights. I've got to figure out some flame as well. So I've primed all these. I went Corax White over the green, and then I went the yellow mix, which was Flash Skits mixed with a little Eandian yellow. But I need to figure out the flame pattern. I don't know whether to go red, orange, yellow. Someone suggested orange, yellow with little red tips on the flame. But whatever I go for, I'm doing it across all 5. I'm going to commit to it. So sink or swim, that's what I'm going to go for. Should I use that green I just plopped on the palette? Maybe I should. It's not a lot on the palette, but I don't like to waste it, so... that's double sinking into the recesses. I'm gonna have to just wash that out. I can't. Yeah, I mean, typically I always put too much on. What I am trying to get better at is using it up when I do it, you know, and having multiple paint projects on the go. Because if I was only painting those, if I was only painting that Nid, I'd have loads of excess paint. But thankfully, I've got the salamanders that I can just grab and just touch these up as well, so the paint doesn't get wasted. You know, I like that. I like multiple projects. But only because I'm painting every day with the streaming. If I wasn't painting every day, if I had less time to paint, I don't think I'd have multiple projects or be able to have multiple projects. So you've got to cater it to you, really. Just slurping me coffee. It's amazing how much they clean up. Just one, just I mean, like, there's nothing. I've got nothing against dry brushing, right? I can see what the guy or girl was looking for when they had these, and dry brushing has its place, and it works well with stone. My only issue with dry brushing is that it's so evidently, obviously apparent that it's dry brushing, you know? And I'm like, I can dry brush, that's fine, but I'm trying to move past it, you know? I'm trying to up my skills. Like, dry brushing definitely has a place. Oh. Like stone and bases, dry brushing really works. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I want to get the game recording up back again for the channel in time for its release. I don't know when it comes out in 2026, but yeah, I'd really like to get into it because I think it might be a good opportunity to find models that I want to paint. Like, if there's a model that I really enjoy in the game, I'm sure I would want to pick those up and paint them. So I think like they complement each other pretty well. So yeah, I'm going to treat it like shopping for models, which is what I was thinking. That's what I was excited about, because I'm kind of wanting to get into the Total War ones. So I think it's a nice segue between my hobbies of playing gamies and painting models. So I think it's perfect opportunity. Because I saw one bit in the demo where they had some assault marines jumping in on a target, and I immediately thought, ugh, I should get me some assault marines, because I've had my eye on the Horus Heresy assault marines. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should get myself some of those, you know? I got another bit in the recess, didn't I? You can see it. You can see it. I won't Total War, but I want 40k, not Sigma. It's not Sigma. It's the Old World, and I like it because I like my Old World. But I'm a bit stuck. I don't have the Old World box set. I've got a lot of pre-Old World Warhammer, but they're on the wrong square bases. And buying the new bases is a bit of a pain. I've got some Orcs and Goblins ready to go. I was trying to buy a Chaos Beastman Giant, but they wouldn't sell it to me for as cheap as I sell stuff. So yeah, Old World is something. Yeah, I'm really feeling the pinch space-wise. It would be nice to have a place where I could set up and have a game set up for a couple of days and record it and do all kinds of lovely stuff. But I'm just dreaming at this point. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. I don't know its release date though, or if it's even given. Ah, right, okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. You feel connected to any factions. For me, it's chaos. It's anything gunnery, like cannon and musketmen, anything like that, because I like Napoleonic war games. And then obviously dwarves, cannons, so I like dwarves. And then orcs and goblins, because I absolutely adore orcs and goblins. So, you know, The connection's there, but it is what you want. And I also want a big giant. In Age of Sigmar, there's these guys called Sons of. I can't even say the name. Sons of Bayamon or Bayahon or something. Basically, sons of big boys, right? And they have these giant ass giants, which you could field in the rules of Warhammer Old World as a Bone Crusher Gargant or a Bone Crusher Giant. And there's a square base that he will fit on. So the idea to have a massive giant in my rank and file would be, I think, look really pretty. So there's that. And also a dragon. You can field a dragon. The Age of Sigmar dragon, which I'd want to paint all gold. I'd love to have that in it as well. Just have a Dirty Great Massive Drax dragon. Maybe modify a rider for it. Maybe that it could be any faction. Oh, be beautiful. Yeah, but the dragon on the back is even better. Yeah, the dragon on the back with the scar face. Oh my god, it's even better than the on the front. Right, that's the last of the green, thankfully. Yeah, it's not going on. Great. But yeah, the dragon, absolutely delicious. Right, let's do some of that edge highlighting. So what we're going to go is we're going to go moot green. We're going to go moot green. And as I'm going to mix it with some striking scorpion to bulk it out. Right. That's that mixed up. Let's get a nice small detail brush. A little bit of water still left over, so that edge highlight went to hell. I'm going to commit though. I'm going to keep going. This is always the hardest bit on the Terminator, these flat panels. Getting them right is such a nightmare. These highlights look pretty delicious, to be honest. Oh. The highlights are coming out all right. I'll be honest. I like it. Hey, Greco. Nah, you're about halfway, man. Not late at all. It's been pretty quiet. Yesterday was quiet as well, actually. We've been talking a little bit about 40k Total War, a little bit about Old World, and about how people establish. I tell you what, I was talking to someone yesterday about buying and selling Warhammer, and they say I only really connect with the old metal 80s models. So this is the second time in 24 hours I've heard someone talk about connection to a faction. Yeah, it's interesting that. But it wasn't just that the fact that it was Chaos, it was also that they were the metal old models that he was connecting with. I have an idea that may be a bit mean, although my local game store owner found it hilarious. Oh my! Well, let's try it out. Yeah, fling it out. Let's have a listen to this theory. I love hearing half-baked theories. Not saying that yours is half-baked, but let's hear it. Let's hear it. I have to make this highlight a bit larger because I cleaned the edge. So let's just... Once I've got at least 1k points of Dark Angels, I want to expand it to Nurgle, and I'm doing so every time I start a turn as Nurgle. I'm going to spray a fart spray. Smells like diarrhea on the table. Yeah, it's a nice idea, but the fact that you're spraying it on the table means you're coating models and scenery with that stuff. So it's a nice idea. I like it. It might not necessarily, yeah. It's more getting the chemical on the models that might. Yeah, I like it. It's a good idea. But, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what residue it leaves. Open front? Ah, I don't even remember what open front is. What is open front? Why don't I remember what open front is? Must have been a while ago. I've had a lot of unfortunate real life rubbish going on, which kind of has been getting in the way. Ah, man, did I? How long ago did I write it down? Sorry, the past 24 hours has been particularly shit. Oh, go for it, Greco. It's fine. It should get a laugh. I'd laugh. Oh, no. Ah, man, open front. Someone explain what it is. Oh my god, yeah, now I remember. Hang on. I'm going to go type it into Steam right now. I'm going to get a drink and type it into Steam. One sec, guys. Open front. I'm going to punch it in. I'll grab my drink. Literally 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. No. Damn it, what I thought was my energy drink was friggin' a can of lager that my wife bought. Dang it, I thought it was a Peppy. Open front, it's exactly the same as Territorial.io, isn't it? It's the same game. I played loads of Territorial. Yeah, same game essentially. The bigger the number, and then like defender gets a bonus, attacker gets a bonus. I know the game. I know that game. Do you know what? Screw it. I'm going to get a coffee. Yeah, Territorial.io. Look it up. Territorial.io. It's the same game. Don't bother playing Territorial. I stopped playing when they started forcing ads on people. But yeah, I recognise this. I'm back. Yeah, I hope it is more advanced because Territorial ran its course. Like, I got as good as I was going to get. It is simple. It's basically bigger number wins, and you can get screwed over pretty easy. Like, you can be stuck fighting in a part of the world, and regardless of the amount of skill, if the other person runs away with it, it's essentially a done deal when you finally you two meet. If you've been battling it out early game, but height sounds amazing because you could do like attritional mountain warfare. You could hide up in the hills, which sounds bloody amazing. Frankly, oh no way! Inadvertently choking, I accidentally found my Reichland flesh shade, which I've been looking for. Excellent. Oh, wow, we can do the shoulder pads. But let's finish using this green first and finishing these edge highlights that look delicious. Frankly, they look bloody lovely. Let's just... No, bang away. Okay, so how are you playing it? When I looked it up on Steam, it says coming out soon. How can I get access to it if it's not on Steam yet? Are you playing it in a browser or something? Yeah, so talk away. Don't feel you're talking too much. Never, ever too much. Not only do we get an interesting conversation, but it also helps me with the channel. So never, ever not talk. Dear Lord, no. You're very welcome to talk. I should clean that bit up. There's a bit of sprue. Do I have my knife here? Yeah, I have my knife here. There we go. Sorry, man, missed it. But yeah, not long until Christmas. I work retail. As much as I love the holidays, this stuff sucks. Yeah. How early did they start blasting Christmas tunes out your speakers so you had to listen to Christmas tunes? October? I used to work in a toy shop. It gets old quick. I get all the grumpy because people are a bit too stupid for my liking, mainly rude. I'm also stupid, but yeah, working in retail, you do get exposed to the stupidity of people, and I am not in any way saying I'm exempt from that. I'm just as stupid as the next person. But yeah, stupid. There's a lot of stupid out there, and in retail it gets a little bit worse. The customer is always right is the problem. But we began to get Xmas stuff before Halloween. Yeah, it's... What the hell, man? It's like... It's too much. Consume, die. Let's have a look. I managed Seaside Arcade not long ago on this time of year. Just pot around fixing machines. Ooh! Arcade machine repair. That sounds like fun. Do you ever get tempted to have an arcade machine in your house? That will darken. I'm fine with that. Yeah, retail sucked, man. Yeah, it really sucks. And like, what people need to realize, right? in retail, I always get, whenever I'm in a supermarket and I see someone stuck behind the till, or I see someone in a clearly crappy job with a miserable face, I'm like, I don't need you to smile. I get it. Your job doesn't pay well. It sucks. You don't need to smile for my benefit. I get you. You don't need to smile. You don't even need to acknowledge my existence. It's fine. If I ask you a question, maybe you could answer it, maybe not. But I get you. I mean, I'm pretty sure American retail must be nightmarish, because I feel like Americans have a bit of social pressure in that they have to be upbeat and peppy all the time. I kind of feel maybe American culture, that's a thing, and everything has to be the best ever, like the best something ever, the best. I get that impression that there's a bit of a forced, you have to be smiling, and I'm sure it's magnified in retail, but I could be wrong. But yeah, like, if I know your job sucks, I don't need you to do things for my benefit. Yeah, smiles should be earned, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's being human. People sometimes are in a bad mood. Jeez, I get it. Like, people should get it. This bit's a bit messy. I might just do that. Maybe that's a bit much. I might have to. So the reason it's got so much green is that I cleaned it a bit, and then I didn't have the right green to paint over. So I'm going to repair that if it doesn't fade too much. I'll have to have a look. I feel like I'm getting a bit messy with these highlights. Just the gun arm now, right? Yeah. Most customers love me, but the second they're rude to my employees or overly rude to me or condescending, I become a different man. Too bloody right, Grecos. That's how it should be. It has to be earned. When I was a new hire about 3.5 years ago, a man came in and brought a drink on a Sunday morning, and I told him we have no quarters left. He gave him his cash back in dimes. I was feeling rather sick. A minute later, he came back in with the change, and I gave him and slammed it down. I don't understand. Hang on, let me reread it. I just want to stop this paint drying on the brush. Let me just do the highlights, and then I'll read it again. Okay, right. Let's reread this. So, when I was a new hire about 3.5 years ago, a man came in and bought a drink on a Sunday morning, and I told him we've got no quarters left. Okay, so there's 4 quarters in a dollar, right? Gave him his cash back in dimes. So that's like a dime is half a dollar. I was feeling rather sick. How much change in dimes? I don't. Okay, that's fine. A minute later, he came back in with the change I gave him and slammed it. Okay, he slammed it down. Yep. With an extra 50 cents on top, and said, "Give me my dollar back." I threw the change back at him and pulled my pants up. Why were your pants down? What were you doing before he came back in and slammed that change on the counter? Why did you have to pull your pants back up? Oh, sorry. I just had my wiener out. Let me just pull my trousers back up. Let's have some fisticuffs. You give me the wrong change, I'll box your ears. Oh, my wiener's fallen out. Trousers up. No, I just made up the story there. Hang on, I'm sure that's not right. I threw the change back at him and pulled my pants up and walked around the counter and asked him if he wanted to keep his energy. And promptly left. A dime is a tenth of a dollar. Oh, okay. Because you had no quarters, you had to pay. Alright, I don't fully understand the story, but it feels like an American story. But yes, with the change situation, people buying in shitty change is, yeah, that sucks. But also, slamming money when you buy stuff is a big no-no. So, but why did you have to pull your trousers up? That's another thing as well. The story became infinitely more funny for me because, obviously, English-American translation here, pants, for me, are your underwear. When pants are trousers in English. So the idea of you having to pull your pants up, it immediately makes it more funny. I'm not having a go, Grex. Please get the humour in this. I'm not laughing at you in any way. I just kind of made a story. Yeah, I mean, like slamming stuff and demanding anything aggressive in a retail situation. I'm like, no, you don't get what you want. You don't get what you want. He could have just come back and said, "Hey, I got some change. Any chance I could get that dollar back?" If he asked politely, he'd have his dollar. But no, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, you get. Well, the saying in England is you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, and basically that translates to be. It basically translates into "don't be a dick." You know, like the world is rough enough. You don't need to add to it by being a dick. It's really simple. I like matching people's energy. I do that a lot of the time. Like what they send out, I send back. Yeah, being patient with strangers is tough when you're sick. Everything's tough when you're sick and when you're tired. Yeah, I feel you. It sucks. But the person could have just asked for their dollar, you know? Jeez Louise, why do they have to do it that way? Well, I mean, as a teenager, you know, you've got testosterone coursing through you at ridiculous rates, so and your hormones are all over the show. So teenagers are meant to be a bit volatile, you know. It's part and parcel to to growing up. So you know, we should be more considerate of our teens. They're full of hormones and they're stupid. So you know, give them a bit of slack. Let them figure things out. You know. Yeah, prison sucks, man. Yeah, just keep yourself shipwright. Keep your shipwright enough to not go to prison. That's the main thing. Yeah, you don't want to do time. You don't want to. Don't give it to them because they want to stick you in prison, get you working for nothing. So if you're going to be stupid enough to commit crimes, then you know you're gonna get played by the prison system. And it's awful. It's gonna be horrible. Just think of the smells alone. Ugh. And the people you hang out with. No, just don't commit crime. Sure, Gregs. Yeah, you can call an end to it. That's fine with me, dude. Yeah, you want to call that? That's fine. I respect you enough to move on. We can do that. What, you want to talk about 40k wise? I will say this about models. I do like painting up already assembled and painted models because it gives me a nice little insight. I really do like it. I like him. Yeah, and if I hadn't have bought the second-hand models, I never would be painting a salamander now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the gold, and then I'm going to commit to the flame on the power fist. Yeah, you're being lazy. I got my salamander dreadnought ready to go. It's looking a little bit sorry for itself, but it's going to clean up right nice. Glad it's got a flamer on it. That's the salamander weapon. Arguably, I think you could get away with a melter as well and say it's salamanders, but flamer would be the best option. Ooh. Let's have a look. Thanks for not nuking me when I DM'd on Discord after the bot stuff and that happened. Yeah, yeah, I really tickled myself about the nuke thing. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was nice. What else was I going to say? Definitely nice. Okay, so this is a dilemma, guys. So I'm a big fan of not repainting my minis, only in the most extreme of cases, because I like to look back at models that I did badly, or at least were less skilled at doing, and being like, oh yeah, look how much I've progressed. But at the same time, if you've got yourself a fancy unit like Deathwing Knights and you've just put ink on them, then maybe they could benefit from a bit of repainting, you know? It's a bit of a dilemma, that one. So, you know, that's I'd be interested to hear your 2 cents on it, guys, because that's I would say if it's ink and just contrast, go ahead. Dry brushing, maybe. Yeah, because you spent the time building them, you know? You've already spent a lot of time with them. Right, we've got to think about this flame. How can I do this flame? So the gold needs some Reichland and then touch-ups. Flame. I have a lovely vibrant orange ink. That's good. The yellow will be phalanx yellow. The trouble with red is red looks quite cartoonish, I feel. So maybe we could go with an orange, Troll Slayer orange. Yeah, paint over them, Grecos. Paint over them and let us know how it goes on with a photo. Yellow. I mean, I guess I could do black around the top of the fist. Part of me feels like I need to pencil this out as it's the first one. I'm going to see if I got a pencil. Hang on, guys. No pencil. Okay, no pencil. We're going to have to figure it out with brushes. Let's go for it, guys. So the first things first. We know we're going to have orange. Yeah, but don't blast it entirely white. Maybe leave a little, like loosely spray it so you still get your contrast in the recesses. Maybe build up a bit of texture. Unless you want to, like, just straight out white, completely cover them again. Right, some orange. Right, a little bit of orange. A little bit of ink. Okay, we got orange on the palette. I could try a red, but I don't want to go too dark with it. And the thing is, if we do red on the recess, oh, it's going to be a dilemma, guys. Let's try and draw out some orange. Let's just go with that first. Okay? Let's just try and draw out some orange. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can't freehand some flame on here. Oh, I don't like it already. I'm going to wipe it. I think I need to go simpler. That was too complicated what I did. I'm going to try and draw like waves. That's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and do waves. Let's try waves. Simple waves. Yeah, because what I'm doing is shit. What I'm doing is shit, basically. Yeah, you're right. We're going to have to figure it out. Yeah, what I'm doing looks crap. Let's just cover that up. Yeah, we have to. I have to do some research with that because the guy's looking so good. We need to get the flame right. I just don't know how to do it. I mean, I could do. I know I could do like orange hazard stripes, so it'd be like flamey hazard stripes. We could do that. I'm capable of doing that with my level of skill currently. Maybe I need to figure something out on that one. What could we do? I don't know. I'm stuck on that one. Right, let's do the right cleanse. Take a salamander decal. I don't have any salamander decals. I have to figure something out. I might have an idea, maybe. Because if you can cut out, if you can draw a flame and then cut it out, I've got laminate sheets, so I could laminate just the plastic and carve it with a knife, and then maybe you could make like a little thingy. But I'd have to get set up for that. But maybe that. Right, let's do my right cleanse. Or should we continue with the salamander? Maybe we should continue with him. So you've got these blacks that need a bit cleaning up. The gun needs cleaning up. But, I mean, it's in pretty good shape. Let's get the right cleanse on the gold on this guy. I don't have to do all the others yet. Ooh, it's my tastes have changed. It's not so the flexibility has, so how I collect has changed. There's still models I cover, right? There's still models that I cover, but I collect what I can get cheaply, right? So let's think about this. Oh, I just got ink on that. I just rubbed off some ink. Let's have a look. Okay, so favorite faction. I adore my Nids because I got the color right. I adore my Terminators that look like this. I adore them. Not quite. That one's not quite finished, but I like the feel of those. I love ogres. I love a lot of things, frankly. Chaos is amazing. Tyranids, I would say, maybe is my main one. But I like the worlds, you know. So like, if I like, say I like Warhammer Fantasy. I like the world. So I kind of like everything about it in a weird way. There's certain factions that I really don't like. No, I don't even feel strongly about the ones I dislike. It depends. At the moment with 40k, I really like the flora and fauna of the world. Like I was looking at the crud, the weird creatures. I was trying to find a model of a crud. I can't even say the name. It's got a silent letter in it, but something in it. But anyway, and then like the amble. I'd love an amble. They'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. I treated myself for a Christmas present. I found a Christmas present. I got for 18 euros. I got a it's called a Tyrannocyst or a Spirocyst. It's the one that looks like a hovering egg, not the one that's static with the legs. And I adore that model. I'm going to modify it a little bit, but I love stuff like that because it could just be flora and fauna, like a little floating pod. You know? So, yeah. I haven't got a simple answer for you. It's a complicated question, and all that tells me is that I'm a huge fan. You know? The fact that I can't quite answer it. It's like saying, what's your favourite film, you know? It's a really hard one to iron out. I keep putting my finger on that. I'm making a mistake there. Lore-wise, I like Perturabo. I like Iron Warriors. Love him even more after Siege of Terror. Iron Warriors I really like, as I pick up an Iron Warrior. I like Doom. I like the Doom games, so I like that biomechanical feel. So, like, I really like these guys. What are they called? Hellbrutes. I really like the idea of that, and I really like the Obliterator virus, which is again Iron Warriors. Oh no, I really like the Inquisition as well. Inquisitors are fantastic. I like the idea that one person can order the extermination of of an entire planet. I love the Imperial Seal, the idea of that, and Exterminatus. I also like that there's kind of a grey area with Inquisitors, that some of them can go rogue and be a bit sketchy. I like that as well. I really like the idea of a conscript army. I'd like to have me on a battlefield, just terribly equipped, yeah, but terrible morale, panic firing, friendly fire, just awful morale, just thrown into the 40k universe trying to play. So I kind of want to make a guardsman army that's like conscripts, and I basically represent that by like halving their leadership. So the leadership would be halved. There'd be I'd have a rule that is when the enemy closes, like when they're within a certain distance, like the turn before a charge or when a unit charges, that they'd get twice as many shots whilst they're being charged to represent panic fire. If one of them wants to fire a heavy weapon or throw a grenade, there's a chance that on a 1, they pull the pin wrong and it detonates at their feet, or they fired a missile and it hits the ground because they don't know how to use the equipment. So there's a chance that the explosive could detonate in their lines. I like the idea of all these rules. So that when they actually are brave, it's a true act of bravery because the stats are against them. So when they do stand, or their panic fire does take out a few guys on the charge, or they survive something, like there's more chance for bravery. The bravery really matters. Something I liked about Skaven, right? I don't know if it's true. It's definitely going to be an old set of rules. And I think it was in fantasy that you could have a regiment of human slaves and that you could fire into them if they're in close combat with another regiment or something, that you could shoot missiles on top of your slave regiment. And it just reminds me of that bit in Braveheart where he's like, archers, beg pardon, sire, where do we hit our own troops? We hit theirs as well. Attack. And they just ping arrows into both the units in a melee. Yeah, something about that Skaven I really like. The Skaven models look good as well. I don't know why I don't... Well, I know why I don't own any. Because, I've only got so much money in the world. No Vampire Lords. Although the cavalry... I was talking to someone about the cavalry, whether or not to go lances or swords. And their armour and the shields look amazing. But again, it's you can't... I'm sure that if you made me if I was a wealthy guy, I'm sure I would have almost every faction. Not Custodes, because their proportions are wrong. I wouldn't have them until the proportions. I wouldn't have Grey Knights because again proportions are wrong. But yeah, so it's a financial limitation. I think the law's amazing. Yeah, I like that about them. That they're just like, because rats they breed so fast, they're dime a dozen, so that they don't care about each other. Did you see the guy who's a millionaire with the large collection? I don't think I could look at it. It's the same reason why I can't watch Penguin Zero anymore, right? I can't watch it because I think it will be too much for jealousy, and I'll be like, because I can enjoy other people's success, but I think that's too ahead because I'm trying to scrape together on very little money beans. But when Penguin Zero, rightfully so, he's earned his success, but when he started having it in the background of his videos and you can see the models and what he's got in there and up there, I had to stop watching because it was reminding me of such what a loser I am. So I was like, I can't do it. So I can't do that. I used to watch a lot of property stuff where I'd look at like millionaire mansions, millionaire apartments, but I had to stop doing it because I was like, this stuff's making me sad. It's a shame though because I did enjoy it at one point. But so no, I haven't seen it, and I don't think I will see it. It's the same reason why I haven't asked to see photos of Francois' collection, because I think it might, not for any fault of his own, it's my mental hang up. Does that make sense? Yeah, you're running your own race. And if I'm not tired or anything, I can do it. But if I'm feeling a little down, or I'm a little tired, a little sick, then I'm more susceptible to such things. It doesn't happen so often anymore. I think I'm far better at accepting my lot than I was, if that makes sense. My favourite saying, actually, about comparing yourself to other people, my favourite saying, which I heard about exercise, but I apply it to everyone. There's two. There's one is I just want to impress the guy in the mirror, and the other one is I want to look at the guy in the mirror and see a good person looking at me. They're two that I like. And was the smiley face intentional? Yeah, that was. We were talking to Matt about something, and I drew a smiley face because the background. The only reason I don't like this background, I prefer having all the models on show, but the camera doesn't know if to focus on the model or the background. It gets a little confused, so I had to put up this boring piece of paper. But there's testament to just how much contrast paint flicks out everywhere. So if you have your models on display around your painting station, you're gonna cake them in ink. So now we know that. I live by Diogenes' philosophy. What is it? I need to know. Let's hear this nugget of wisdom. Okay, that's all those shoulder pads, Reichland. Let's clean up this arm now. So what I want to do is I want to shave this flat, this excess I've glued in. Let's crack out some silver. Ah, look, it's not glued on. Look, you can see it's not stuck. Look, they put the shoulder pad on wrong. I need to glue that and then fix it. But in the meantime, I will just do I don't know who this person is. So, yeah, so other than shitting in public, what does he do? Other than tell historical figures to move? Oh, I got clean. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I mean, like, you got to care about something, otherwise you kind of die inside a little bit. You got to have something you care about, but I think selective caring about something is important because the less you care, the less there is to care about. And if you're not careful, you see it through to its conclusion. You can't feel anything, man. So I think there's definitely benefit to it, but you can't not care at all. I feel, ironically. I need to drill those barrels as well. I need to do that. Oh, I love them. They're the Games Workshop synthetic brushes. And they're the cheapest of the cheap, but they don't split. They don't branch out because they're plastic. They bend easier, but you can reset them with warm water, not like I've ever had. But then you never get this nonsense. Because I abuse my brushes, and so the natural brushes go like this, and they're no good. But these synthetic brushes, I've got 5 now. I bought 2, and I like them so much, I bought 3 more. Yeah, Games Workshop synthetic brushes. I bloody love them. They're absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. That's as far as we can go today. I think we're getting some salamanders on the go. So that the golds need some touch up with some runefang steel. The metals need an ink. We need to clean up the shoulders, figure out the bolter. That's going to be black as well. But I think we're getting there now. Let me show you an original one. Let me see. So the head's done. But you can see the difference in the body. I think they're cleaning up nicely. They're both good. Both are very acceptable ways of painting, for sure. I'm just trying to improve the skills is all. Right now, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. But essentially, I've got no more time now. I got to go pass out for 20 minutes. And I've got to do some housework and then go get the kids. So essentially, I'm out now. If I get these 2 hours, then I'm like, that's a win as far as recreational stuff is concerned. You know what I mean? Let's check the blue tack. 5 and 8. I'll take it. If you have enjoyed it, guys, slap a like. Appreciate that. We're trying to get the content creator camp, but we have to prepare for the event that it won't pan out. We got to be prepared for that. But yeah, that's it really. I think we're gonna get somewhere with these salamanders. I think he's looking really delicious. Whoa, yeah, Greco, go have some sleep, man. Catch you later. Also, Grex, I really appreciate you being chatty. Really appreciate you doing that. So thanks so much for that, man. It really is nice to have a little chit chat with humans and not just add AI stuff all day. So the thing is, I put my phone down now. I don't look at it so much at all. But as a result, I just don't talk or interact with anyone. It's a nightmare. It's catch-22. It's either garbage or nothing. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Catch you later, guys. Thanks so much again. Love you. Bye.